Everyday me, everyday God, my bedhead God. It's rather early, still in my PJs, and my bedhead is obvious. Today is one of the longest days of the year, a very short night. Not dark, but definitely not time to get up. And once again, I'm thinking, God, perhaps we could have this conversation at breakfast. What's so important that we have to talk now? Could I at least get dressed, brush out my bedhead? But you know what I'm beginning to understand, really important, is that God, even at this ungodly hour, is trying to get my attention. God is initiating a conversation. God is trying to speak to me. I know it cannot wait until breakfast. And my bedhead look and my PJs are totally unimportant. But this sacred time is very important. During most days when I'm dressed and polished and scrubbed, I'm happily and unhappily distracted by all the busyness of my life. There isn't much room for real conversation with God. Thoughts, yes. Decisions, yes. But deeper, quieter conversations during the day? No. Even when I try sometimes to settle myself to get into those deeper places, it doesn't work. I'm unable to quiet my mind or my spirit or turn off my shopping list requests of God. During the day, it seems that I want God to work at my speed, what I'm wanting to talk about, my disjointed talk, my tempo, my tone, my energy level. But in the early morning hours, when I'm half awake, half asleep, God seems to be able to get through to me, into a deeper place within me, able to get my attention, getting through my noise, catching my sleepy attention. A time and a place when even I can hear his still, small voice. In this half-awake, half-asleep place, I give space to things that I'm too busy to reflect on during the day. Things too hard to work through in a crowded day, crowded with people. I seem to be more open to the stuff of life that I'm carrying within me, weighing me down. How many times I have thought and said, God's not speaking to me. He's not talking to me. He's so absent, like, where are you, God? And I despair, wondering where God is in my world. So I've been reflecting on the lengths God goes to get our attention, waking me up in my bedhead state, in those half-dream, half-vision places, half awake. It's made me think back to some of the biblical encounters I'm familiar with, where people had encounters with God in half-awake, half-asleep places, like Jacob in his ladder dream, or Paul in his call to Macedonia, dream or vision, or the boy Samuel, who heard God calling his name, and he responded. All of them made a choice to hear God when God was speaking, and then to respond. God is relentless in pursuing you and me. So when he calls, if we can hear, we could stop and respond. So I no longer think that it's God who's absent in my life. Rather, I think maybe I am the absent one, unavailable. Maybe it isn't God who is absent. Maybe it's me and my noisy busyness who is unable to move beyond the distractions long enough to get new perspective, new hope. Maybe it's my ears that have become hard of hearing God's voice, not able to hear that quiet calling of my name. So I think, oh, bring it on, whatever time of day it is, bring it on and call my name. Perhaps you know that Carole King song from some time ago entitled, You've Got a Friend. It goes something like this. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. So now, when God wakes me in the middle of the night or the early morning hours, instead of saying, well, it's so important that it can't wait till breakfast, I'd like to be like that song, that when God calls out my name, I'd come running. Middle of the night, early morning, winter, spring, summer, fall, good times, bad times, abundance, loss. And instead of grunting and rolling over, going back to sleep, I want to make a choice to come running. I wrote these words this morning. A choice to be present with God, present in the early mornings, present in the early hours of the morning when all is calm, before chirping songbirds sing, before the squawking gulls rise on the winds. To be there with God in the early hours of the morning when He calls my name, when I am invited into that sacred space of honest conversation, to wrestle with costly decisions, to listen, to rest, to laugh, to cry, to be prepared for all that the day ahead holds, to move through the day with God. I want to come running when I hear Him calling my name. Good night.